Hey there, Rebus Rover here. Back in the hazy, carefree days of 2016, I decided to treat myself to the best and most expensive earphones I had ever owned. Whilst browsing various stores, I began narrowing down my selection to a number of on-sale units. I acquired the RMA SteelSeries gaming headset for an at the time reasonable price of 50 quid, and thus all was well in the world. And the story ends here. Well, not so I'm afraid. This is just the beginning. As sometimes happens with new electronics, upon opening my gorgeous looking new set of SteelSeries headphones, I couldn't get them to work. The left side was fine, but the right, nothing. I contacted SteelSeries support and was greeted by a very helpful member of staff. Despite only paying 50 quid for my headphones, their policy was to provide an equivalent product. Since the headset I bought was no longer produced, I was instead given a €200 voucher. This somewhat changed things. I took a look at the SteelSeries website. With the €200, I bought their Mac Daddy earphones, the Siberia 650s, something I could never have expected to own at the price of €199. So again, I should have been a happy customer. Well, not so sadly. This set of earphones had a random ticking sound which was impossible to prevent, so I tried connecting the older unit's sound card. Still no luck, bummer. I again contacted SteelSeries, dealing with the same agent. I was curious if perhaps they could just send me a new sound card to test. Unfortunately, SteelSeries could not support this request and instead gave me another €200 voucher. Slightly jaded with my experiences with SteelSeries' beautiful looking but apparently cursed headphones, I instead decided to try a fancy pants keyboard. Again from a tier I would rarely have looked at in real, not being sponsored by SteelSeries customer care, actual life, and also a mouse, much more in line with the sort of products I might have owned. The board cost €160 and the mouse 40. So yeah, that's that. I spent 50 quid, ended up getting through €400, but at least it's resolved now. Except I'll wait. It isn't. After some use, the enter key broke. The tabs underneath just snapped, leaving it flapping around like a candle in the wind. I asked SteelSeries if they would just be able to send me an enter key. I figured, they make enter keys. But nope, they again dispatched a €200 voucher. At this point, I just wanted it all to stop. I cared less about getting anything I wanted, and just wanted something that worked. And also, I was beginning to worry I was slowly bankrupting SteelSeries. After having tried nearly every single one of their products with limited success, I decided to get 2 keyboards, figuring at least one of them should work, right? Well, yes. And also not exactly. The Apex 350 turns off intermittently, which is a bit of a bummer. The Apex 500 does still work, so I just decided to call it a day with extracting more vouchers from SteelSeries. I thought I'd done enough harm to them fiscally, and so I didn't have the heart to report the 350 as not working. Their products are all wonderful to look at, but clearly not a thing fate has deemed that I'm allowed to own. Their support team are one of the best I've ever dealt with, and as I say, their products look great from afar, but my luck with this stuff in practice has been somewhat less successful than I had hoped. If anyone has any RMA adventures with SteelSeries or any other company, I'd enjoy reading about them in the comments.